Robot that combines legs with wheels, or legs that have wheels on them. It's built with the same principles as the quadruped and biped robots the company makes, but only has 10 actuated joints. It maneuvers with a small footprint and can lift 100 pounds. Watch handle go backwards, forwards, and even do some figure eights. It also works in a variety of different situations, responding to changes in terrain under only 1 foot. Able to lift and carry heavy loads easily, Handle can go almost anywhere, from indoors to outdoors, even downstairs in hills. Looks like this robot can really handle anything. Babbage difference engine. This looks complicated with its multiple gears and other moving parts. It's a Babbage difference engine, and it weighs 4 tons. These numbered gears should give you a hint as for what it actually does. The Babbage difference engine was first dreamed up in the 1700s by Charles Babbage, who wanted to create a calculator. Babbage never completed his designs, but in the 1980s, some engineers built the first Babbage difference engine based on his drawings. It's capable of doing advanced calculations with coefficients, but if there's a single error, it causes big problems because there are so many columns, with 1 decimal number on each column. Holographic fan display. Created by HyperVSN, these fans have 4 blades, each with more than 200 micro LEDs per blade, producing a 4K resolution per fan. This way, the fans are able to produce 3D holographic images of whatever you've uploaded, like a movie or TV show. They're lifted off the background, giving the images more definition. Understandably, HyperVSN is very secretive about their proprietary design, but admits each fan has some sort of CPU and internal storage. I'd love to buy one for my home theater, but each fan costs more than $3,000, so they're mostly for commercial use right now. Military wheels. DARPA, which works on technology for the US military, has designed a new kind of wheel for vehicles. It converts from a round wheel, like the tires we're all used to, into a triangular track, and back again. The rounder wheel is better for the road, while the tracks are better for traversing soft surfaces like muddy terrain. Carrying and changing out 2 sets of tires would be inefficient in a battle or rescue situation, so the convertible wheel is the ideal solution, and also entertaining to watch. Falcon Heavy. You may remember Elon Musk launching his personal Tesla Roadster into space, whilst showing off the Falcon Heavy launch vehicle designed by his company, SpaceX. As predicted, the Tesla was successfully launched and carried past Mars's orbit, and the Falcon Heavy returned to Earth. The Falcon Heavy itself is a dream to watch. It consists of a strengthened Falcon 9, an earlier SpaceX launch vehicle, as its central core. It also has 2 additional first stages as strap-on boosters, and uses the Falcon 9's fuselage and engines. Just watch how incredible its landing is. The feat is even more incredible when you put into perspective just how big it is. Look how tiny that woman looks in proportion. IKEA chair robots. Check out these robots doing what most humans can't: assembling IKEA furniture. The robots, created and coded by NTU Singapore, use 3D cameras for eyes and nimble fingers for precision tasks. NTU hopes to eventually create a robot that can read an instruction manual and put furniture together based on their instructions. Let's hope the manual makes more sense to the robots than it usually does me. But there's already one task robots can do that I can't. They can put this whole chair together in less than 9 minutes, and without using any profanity. Steampunk Power Chair. Steampunk fans will enjoy this incredible wheelchair without wheels. At least not in the traditional sense. The legs are gears lined up like a set of wheels, and as they move in and out, they propel the chair forward, giving the appearance of it walking. Designer Mark Ellis calls it a mutant art, and says he created it to help him get around at Burning Man, a yearly festival for tech creators. Theo Jansen, a Dutch artist who creates walking sculptures, designed the leg linkage. Ellis admits it's not a good alternative for a traditional wheelchair, as wheels have some advantages in efficiency and flexibility, but he's still proud to play a crawler anyway. Vacuum forming machine. Ever wondered how plastic and other materials are shaped into the items we use every day? I wouldn't have guessed it, but Formtech's vacuum forming machine is frequently used to create everything from tools to toys. As you can see in this video, a plastic sheet is clamped into the machine, then heated to a forming temperature. When the heater goes away, the table is raised and plastic is vacuumed onto the tool. It can make all kinds of shapes, creating many of the items we see every day, but I probably wouldn't try to clean my carpet with it. The Sand Blaster Bait Caster. Fishing can be frustrating, sitting around all day waiting to catch a fish. Well, the Sand Blaster Bait Caster Cannon may be able to help. You just attach your bait to the extra long fishing line, and the cannon blasts it up to 300 yards out into the water. Bunker Up Fishin', the company that makes the Sand Blaster Bait Caster, claims it can get you more bites and bigger fish. NASA Water Flow System. Speaking of blasting, NASA's space shuttles create so much noise and vibrations when they launch that they damage the core stage, which is the main cylinder holding propellant. An ingenious solution NASA came up with was to route about 450,000 gallons of water at high speeds through the new piping and valves to dampen the noise. This video of them testing the water flow is simply awesome. With this method, water flows through the flame trench, flame deflector nozzles, and mobile launch interface, thereby protecting the core stage. At peak flow, the water blasts as high as 100 feet over the launch pad. Pretzel Maker. I'm sure the people who work at the pretzel places in the mall wish they had a machine like this. It puts together pretzels much faster than a human baker. Rubik's Cube Solver. The only thing more complicated than figuring out a Rubik's Cube is building a device to automatically solve it for you. This one, called the Cube Stormer 3 by ARM, is a world record Rubik's Cube solver. It only took the robot 3.253 seconds to solve the cube. Now that's impressive. Rice Harvester. Even though some people fear them, machines are amazing because they can increase our productivity by leaps and bounds. Case in point, this rice harvesting machine. Imagine cutting up all that rice manually. Now the farmer has more time to relax. Thanks, technology. DaVinci Overbalanced Wheel. Perpetual machines don't technically work because we can't violate the first or second law of thermodynamics. Still, some are entertaining to watch. Take this wheel, first conceptualized by Leonardo da Vinci. The idea is, the weight of the ball bearings within the machine will always shift the center of gravity of the wheel away from the center point, thereby allowing continuous rotation. There are many variations, and even Da Vinci knew they'd never work, but they're still fun to watch. Canning beer. Now this is a beautiful sight. Watch as Sunken City Brewing Company cans a fresh batch of Dam Lager. First, nozzles fill the cans to the brim with beer. Then, a lid is dropped onto them as they travel down the conveyor where a machine automatically seals tops onto them. Get me one of those now. Toothbrush filler. Meet the machine that adds those bristles to your toothbrush. I bet my dentist could watch this all day. Winter Garden Marble Machine. This is the Winter Garden Marble Machine, designed by musician Martin Mullen. It uses 2,000 marbles to play music. As you watch the video, notice how different parts of the machine create the sounds of different instruments. First, you can see something that resembles a xylophone, and some percussion pieces. Later on, you'll glimpse a bass and something that looks like a guitar. How many musical instruments can you identify? The entire machine uses the marbles to strike different parts of the machine, which create music. It's a giant music box that includes a kick drum, bass, vibraphone, and other instruments. Pasta Maker. This pasta machine is a carb lover's fantasy. Now I know how they get the pasta into a penne shape. It's just squashed through ring-sized holes and cut with a rotating blade like this. Ball Balancing Robot. Created by two-man mechanical engineering students from San Jose State University, together known as Full Motion Dynamics on YouTube, this robot twists and turns to balance a ball so it doesn't roll off. Whichever way the ball rolls, the robot turns the plate to compensate. What awesome ways do you think this robot could be applied in the real world? Kids Toy Machine. Ever wondered how they make those wire beads that are threaded through on those pointless toys that kids just can't stop playing with? Turns out it's a hugely efficient machine. Check this thing out as a load of arms push and cut the wire as it's threaded from the center. It's incredibly quick and also bizarre when you think about how much engineering really went into creating such a simple toy. Zipper Fixer. When the two pieces of a zipper at the bottom have separated, getting them back on track and together is a major hassle. This zipper with a redesigned insertion box and retainer pin automatically gets them back in harmony with a satisfying click. Nautilus gears. These Nautilus gears form another perpetual motion machine, constantly knocking against each other and restarting the cycle. These gears take their cue from the Fibonacci spiral. The result is that, at the very end of a rotation, the two big flat sides hit against each other before the next turn starts, meaning one gear will speed up and slow down as the other moves at a constant speed. It's another mostly pointless exercise, but they have a few practical applications, such as in oil and gas pumps. T-shirt folder. Every retail store needs one of these t-shirt folding machines, you know, for when a customer unfolds every single one to find their size. Good times. Okay, Jill, it isn't faster, neater, or more convenient, but we bought the thing, so we're gonna use it. Shoe coverer. Need disposable shoe covers to keep your shoes clean? Don't feel like bending down? This machine has the solution. And when you need to take the booties off, there's a vacuuming machine for that too. Carrot harvester. Is this Bugs Bunny's idea of heaven? Maybe, but it's also a DeWolf 3-row trailed carrot harvester. It has a top-lifting mechanism that gives the carrots a smooth intake, so that they're a better quality at the grocery store. As the machine continues to harvest new carrots, it takes each one and rips the green leafy sprout of its head, balding the poor carrot. The sprouts get scattered out the back of the machine, while the carrots have some of the dirt blasted off before they get tossed in a bin, which travels alongside the harvester. Hole maker. If you ever need to aerate your lawn or poke multiple holes through something, buy one of these. The way the cams work to move the forks is so satisfying. Just don't step out in front of it. Road marking machines. The Contour 50 road marking machine makes drawing those pesky straight white lines on the road easy. Notice how in front is a device that draws a thin line for the paint sprayer and back to follow, so the line is always perfectly straight. Meanwhile, the Contour 800 restriper simplifies painting over old lines and can hold up to 800 kilograms of paint. The Contour 90 HP can do smooth lines, structured chaotic lines, and structured dots, is self-propelled, and is controlled by a worker who walks behind it. You know, just in case you were in the market for one of these things. Genius gates. This is no ordinary gate. It doesn't just swing open and shut. Instead, the two sides unfold like a pan until they meet. Then there's this creative gate. It even lies flat against the outside wall when opened. And if you thought that was cool, check out this evolution door by Clemens Torgler. F-18 pilot refueling. When an F-18 needs to refuel in midair, no one wants to be unwinding a looped hose, so the military developed the probe and drogue system you see here. It uses a flexible hose that trails from the tanker aircraft. The drogue, or basket, looks like a large shuttlecock and attaches with a valve to a flexible hose. The drogue keeps the hose steady in flight and has a funnel for insertion of the receiver aircraft probe into the hose. And I thought it was hard remembering which side of my car the gas tank is on. What's the most interesting invention you've ever seen? Let me know in the comments.